I'm gonna buy me a dog leash, put it around my wife's neck, and walk her around the city. Everybody's gonna know that I'm the man. Hey, trying to get me demonetized and killed by my wife. Get to the show. Welcome back to the Language of Kings. It's apparently becoming your favorite show because I'm starting to see y'all watch more, share more, and engage more in the comments, and I appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed already, freaking hit the subscribe button, man. Let me know that you got some love for your boy, okay? Now, I got a story for you today that's gonna blow your mind, take you all the way out. I don't wanna waste any time. I just wanna get to it, and I wanna show you guys this so we can have time to talk about this, okay? Now, watch this. Let me read that to you. It says, Miami man spotted walking, it says two twins, but it's just a set of twins. Miami man spotted walking twins on a leash after taking them shopping at a Chanel store. This man apparently has found him two women that so are in love with him, or in love with the experience, or in love with the money, the bags, or what. They're in love with something. But he can walk them through the streets of Miami. That's one thing too, because it's Miami. Any and everything goes in Miami. You got fake bags, fake women, fake bodies, and everything else going all through Miami.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
But then you also have fake men. And I think in a lot of ways, hip hop has destroyed the male, especially if you were born 2000s or later. Hip hop has just corrupted you to the max. If you were born 95 or later, hip hop has done a number on you. And what has happened is that the influence of hip hop culture, what hip hop is pushing, the narratives, the words, the stories, the dress.
What do you mean by that?
All of it has been corrupted and brought to you by hip hop. And now you can get into the deeper things and say that, you know, CIA kind of created this whole hip hop thing, this narrative, and made it so that it is corruption and destruction for, you know, black people. I would say you're probably right. Okay. But the death that you see, especially you think about Chicago, you think about Memphis, you think about just, you know, Alabama, a lot of these places where you see this increase in violence, and you see a whole bunch of hip hop influence, the way the men dress, sag, draws, and stains showing, all of that stuff can be attributed back to hip hop. Now, this particular story, I think, has a play into that too. Because if you want to be the man, then you need to be able to walk your woman like a dog through the streets, let everybody look. You need to be able to just walk her out and show her off, and she's committed to that whole thing too. Now, this guy probably has a lot of money. Maybe he has the moolah, the grip, the guap, all of that stuff. And he says to these women, look, we're going to do this. Now, do y'all want the Chanel bags or not? You want them or not?
Hi.
Okay.
Do you want the Chanel bags? And they probably say, yes, daddy.
Squeeze me? Oh, no, you did.
But that doesn't absolve him of doing this particular thing. But he's only one part of this problem equation. There's another party. No, and I'm not talking about the girls, I'm talking about you. You! Because you support this. You enjoy this particular type of stuff. And if you're looking at I'm gonna play the video again. Look at you in the video. I want you to see yourself in this video and what you're doing. I'm gonna play the video one more time for you. Here we go. You saw that. You saw yourself and what you were doing. You had the camera phone out. You was following them and you were just chattering saying world star, and you ate it up. So number two, the person who's to blame for this is you. Your tail that wants to see this particular type of stuff. Now I can't give you all of the blame because I'm the one who posted. I posted this video. I wasn't the original poster, but I did post this video. And this video on our page, Henry and Victoria Doss on Instagram, has about 7 million views. Yeah, 7 million views. A lot of comments, a lot of talks. We'll look at some of those comments later too. But you are interested in this type of stuff. You have something to say about this type of stuff, and you find a lot of value in this particular type of stuff. Now, sometimes you're looking at this stuff and you're just in shock, and you're in awe. You're like, what is this? And then you have something to say about it. That's one thing. But I'm talking about you that look at this stuff and say, oh yeah, show me the next one. I want to see them put 3 girls on a leash and then kick them and then hit them with a newspaper on their bottoms and say, sniff that.
Emotional, damn it.
Yeah, okay. But not only that, yes, the third party that is to blame for this particular action are the women. You have to say, where's the standard? What won't I do? That dollar is not that big, or is it? That Chanel bag is not that big, or is it? That name brand, Coogee or whatever the case, is it really worth me putting myself out there on the internet? Because I know that people are going to record this. I know it's going to be seen all over the world. I know my dad, if I have one, probably not, is going to see this. I know my mom is going to see this, and she probably did it 20 years ago to herself. I'm just saying, this is the way these things work. But you have to take some blame for that as women, because I remember, and if you look at these women, they look like they are manufactured. But if you're looking at this video, I remember 20 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, you had to work extremely hard to get a woman to even get naked. Nowadays, you have to work hard to get a woman to keep her clothes on. 30 years ago, you had to work hard to get a woman to open up to you, to be yours. Now, you got to pay women not to be yours. It's a different world in the space of OF, in the space of social media. I heard, I think it was Professor Griff that said that attention is the new currency. Attention is the new currency. Everybody wants to get paid off attention. Everybody wants to be the first to get a news cycle out. Everybody wants to be the one that everybody's talking about. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to be seen. Just look at me. Now that comes from a world where there's a lack of fatherlessness. And you can see that. I think it was Time magazines, or maybe Newsweek magazine, back in 1979, don't quote me. But they did a spread, and they talked about how the lack of fatherlessness can be attributed to 98% of the world's problems, whether that was little boys with guns or little girls with babies. Everything can be attributed and followed back to a lack of fathers being in the home, a lack of fatherlessness. So men have to take some serious accountability for what they're doing, including if they're going to put women on leashes and walk them out. Now, I understand that these things are sometimes fetishes.
Oh my.
And a fetish is an enjoyment of a particular type of thing, especially around the sexual space, and that women really love or men really love, and they want to do those things and they really get off by doing these particular things. I understand it. Maybe they got their fetish from this and saying, I want to be dominated like that. That is a serious thing for women. Trust me. A lot of women want to be dominated. They want to be told what to do. They want to be conquered. They want Thor's hammer in a lot of ways, and they want that hammer to tell them what they will and won't do, and boom, I get it. That's a fetish. Here's the only problem with that. Now, when your fetish goes outside of the bedroom, when it jumps outside of those walls, then that fetish is open for ridicule, not ridicule. I don't know what ridicule is. It's ridicule. And people get to talk about that. People get to see that. People get to witness that. And they're not just all the same type of people. You're talking about black people, Asian people, Hispanic people. Then you're talking about adults and kids. That's right. So kids can see these things, all this stuff that you're doing. The world is not your fetish. You know, these particular people may be your fetish. These 2 women, 3 women, 4 women, or a man or whatever. I've seen men walk like dogs with toys. hanging off of their faces too, all types of things. But when you bring kids into the fray, when you bring the world into that fray, it's a different experience. That's not just a closed door experience that you're having. So that's a challenge. Now you're saying to me, hey, King Henry, maybe somebody's fetish is to be seen amongst the world. Maybe somebody's fetish is voyeurism, and they want to have people look at them, stare at them, and see all of the stuff that they do in this particular way. I understand that too. I'm just saying that you have to be very, very careful when you start to open the door outside of your bedroom, because outside of your bedroom, people don't have to respect you. People don't have to line up with your values. People don't have to line up with your particular fetish or anything like that. I don't know why I keep saying particular, but this particular thing is particularly bothersome, particularly to me.
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
Anyway, so that's something that you have to think about when you're thinking about this situation itself. And this guy, he's walking, he's got the phone going and stuff like that. He's probably talking to his homeboy. Yeah, man, I got him. Everybody's looking at me, man. Look at me. I'm the man. I got this. I'm running things. All of this. When in fact, it kind of looks corny if you're asking me, because you have a responsibility as a man. This is the language of kings. You have a responsibility as a man to take care of women. Not just the women that you have in home, not just your girlfriend or wife, not just your children, but you have a responsibility to women altogether. You got a responsibility to tell them the truth, what they're doing is right or wrong or indifferent. You have a responsibility to protect them when you're out in this particular space of earth. You do. And when you don't do that, you look corny. You look weak. You look soft. You look like I have a problem with you. And sir, I got a problem with you. And that's something that I think men ought to be able to discuss and talk about and deal with. Okay? Now that's my take on it. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe you have a different take on this. Maybe you want to be one of these women on a leash, or you want to be a man on a leash, and that just turns you all the freaky way on. Or maybe you want to be like this guy, Mr. Corn Dog, and you want to walk somebody, and you want to show the whole world that you got it just like that you're the man, or that you're the woman, dominatrix, or all type. We need to do it. I got an idea. I'll tell you all about that later. But let me know if I got this right or if I got this wrong. Again, this is a viral video. This video is viral. It's not viral because it's the next level of viral. It's a viral video. And I want you guys to, you can go to our page, Henry and Victoria Dawes, on Instagram, and you can read some of the comments. But I'm going to share a few of these comments with you myself. Let me put some of these up real quick. First comment is coming from Emilio. Emilio says, no, that's just a wealthy guy doing something fun. Emilio, maybe. So Emilio maybe thinks I got it wrong. Maybe this guy's just having fun. He's got plenty of money, and that has 26.9K likes. So maybe Emilio is on to something. Paula says, why would you lower yourself to that to get some self-respect? That's actually kind of deep, because you have to lower yourself in order to get the respect that you must have had at the... I like that, Paul. I like that. Next comment comes from S. Lawn. The shopping bags are so small. Was it worth the embarrassment? Was it? You know, but here's what I would ask you, S. Lawn. If the bags were huge, would it be worth the embarrassment? Don't tell on yourself. All right. Brandon Lee wrote, y'all feeling bad, but he just took them shopping at Chanel. Put me on a leash and take me shopping, please. Oh, man, Brandon Lee. Sorry, man. Oh, man. Brandon Lee, I'm gonna read this again. Brandon Lee said, y'all feeling bad, but he just took them shopping at Chanel, put me on a leash, and take me shopping, please. He looked like he wrote that and was doing this. And then he used his left hip to close the refrigerator door and said, bop. Brandon Moody. Oh man, Brandon Lee. I can't mess with it. Doretha. Let's see what Doretha says. Good for him. Okay. Those people kept us in shackles and on leashes and paraded us like animals in the zoo for hundreds of years. Good for them. Screw them. And Doretha, I got dark fast. Man, who hurt you? God. Oh, let's move on before my computer crash. Gee. Whew. Anyway, that is the show that we have for you guys today, man. Look, I continue to appreciate all that you guys are doing. Share the content, man. Like it, like the button. Hit the little thumbs up button right there. Bop, bop. I'm gonna give you a second. Hit it. There you go. Do that. Subscribe. Here's the things that you can follow us on Instagram, obviously Henry and Victoria Dolls, Facebook, TikTok while it's still there. Patreon, we have some behind the scenes stuff on Patreon that you guys can check out too, as well as we build and grow that. Much love and much support, man. I will see you guys next time. We out of here.